I always go back to my University of Arizona days, but the men thought that if they didn't get tested, then they couldn't have an STD. You know,
that's the right approach.
pretty ignorant, but yeah.
There's no shame in having chlamydia, everyone.
Your wardrobe screams fatherless.
You have more trust in that top side than people.
How was your relationship with your father? Just saying, why did you get the attention you wanted?
You need Jesus. That's offensive.
Pinkies out, bitches.
Welcome back to That's Offensive, everyone. It is Daddy Deelz. We have Johnny Castle here with us, an OG.
What's up?
We got two of the biggest male porn stars here with us.
Oh, shit.
So let's start off by asking your dick size, because I've seen his dick. I've seen him fuck.
You're going to have to go to his OnlyFans to see that?
Yeah, it's...
I went to Pornhub.
It's size. It's all right.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah. It looks like, if I had to guess, like 7 inches based off your porn.
It's close. Maybe a little bigger, yeah.
It's a boyfriend
7,
dick.
8, yeah.
It's
for
nice.
Sure, for sure.
Is it weird that I looked up your porn, or is that expected?
I wouldn't say weird. No, I have a feeling a lot of people look it up. So.
Yeah. If I were to be like, if I've like masturbated to your porn and I met you in public, but like, let's just say I was a random girl and I told you, oh my God, I've masturbated to your porn so much. Would you find that weird or endearing?
I wouldn't find it weird. I mean, I've been in this business for a minute, so I don't think much is weird.
So how do you handle it when you have girls come up to you and be like, I'm a huge fan, like I love watching your work?
I usually get pretty flattered. And
Do you blush a little?
Yeah, I blush a lot for sure.
Have you ever had sex with a fan?
I have, yes.
That was awesome. Me too.
Yeah.
We're probably asking my brothers with some fans too.
Do you think more men should get penis enlargements? Because a lot of men, like one of their biggest insecurities for a lot of men is like talking about their dick size, but there is such thing as like getting surgery for your dick, and there is such thing as getting injections for your dick.
Right.
So it's like, I was really insecure about my tits, and then I got them done. So,
Well, yeah, I think we live in an era where a lot of people are doing a lot of modifications. So do your research. I don't know the research behind that stuff.
Yeah.
But if it gives you fulfillment, then why not?
yeah, I feel like if you feel really insecure about
Right.
something, do
not?
something about it.
For sure.
So what are the methods of a penis enlargement?
It's
do
Juvederm
you
in
know?
your dick.
Oh, so that's
So
how
it's
they do
like,
it?
yeah, it's the stuff that's in my lips, but you get it in your dick. I heard for Juvederm, though, it helps more with thickness and length. You maybe be able to add like an inch of length, but it makes it a lot thicker.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
I only know this because of David Dobrik's vlogs.
Oh.
And then I did my own research, and it's like Juvederm in your dick. And I'm like, that's sick. That is sick. But it's like, I could never suggest a guy do that, because unless they like specifically ask, but I'm
Right.
just like, it's something I always like to ask, because if someone's insecure about something, do
For
something
sure.
about it.
I feel like it'd make
yourself.
I feel like it'd make the dick hard. It wouldn't be it would just like not hard as in like
You'd have to like
it would
tape
just make it like clunky.
Would it ruin the sensation?
I don't think so.
Oh.
They haven't said that. But also, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to follow up with Jason Nash and ask him about his dick injections, because he was the one I know who got it, and then Jonah too.
Okay.
Make it thicker than a Snicker.
Yeah, girls love girth. We love girth more than length, I'd say, or curves, or just motion of the ocean.
So what if it was like 4 inches in that shape? Is that good girth? Or is that too girthy?
I mean, that'd probably be too girthy.
So you're saying girth, but that's girth.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. I haven't had sex in so long. I'm like, even a fucking like normal dildo hurts. That's like 6 inches. But those are thick. The dildos are thick. I got a little 4-incher dildo online, and I try to fuck with that, and people are like, we're not turned on by seeing 4-inch dick in your vagina. That is from the fans. What advice would you give to guys wanting to become a porn star?
Do it for the enjoyment for what it is. I wouldn't go into it just thinking you're gonna make a lot of money doing porn. That doesn't work out for everyone. So I find that if you do something you enjoy, you'll be better. Your experience will be better.
Yeah. So like, do you have a performance kink? Did you know right away going into porn that like you
This is
like to
what I
perform?
I think back, when I first got into it, I had a little bit of a kink to me, but there's a lot of anxiety that goes into leading up to the shoot itself.
Do you still get nervous? Still get the butterflies sometimes?
All the time. Yeah.
Do you get the
It's a lot
butterflies?
of pressure, I think. That's pressure.
Yeah.
Less than I used to. Sometimes if there's a girl that like I kind of like have a crush on, and like I still get the nervous feeling. I'm not fully like I'm not like jaded by it. Like I still get the nervous, but not as much as I used to when I first started. Like I remember, I'm sure for your first scenes, you're coming on, you're having sex with the porn stars that you used to watch and jerk off to. You're like, oh God. Like the nerves on that, it's like crazy. It's a crazy feeling working with those girls that, you know.
Right.
Follow up to that. Who is your favorite porn star of all time to like that you've worked with?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
Sorry.
I'll give you a short list of girls that I've had consistency with throughout the years. I would say definitely Phoenix Marie.
Fire.
I mean, she is just
She's the
amazing.
goat.
Anna Fox, who's
Fire.
another one, and then a newer one, but she just hasn't been in as long as I have, is Katie Cush.
Okay, I've heard of her.
I think those are probably.
We're interviewing
As
Phoenix
far
and
as
Katie this week too.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're
good.
gonna have them out. We're gonna tell them you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. For consistency and always just bringing it and getting me going. Those are, I would say, my top 3 of girls that are still, I guess.
What do you think makes them the best? Is it their head? Is it their vaginas? Is it just the chemistry you have?
It's the chemistry.
The chemistry, yeah. Have you ever had a long-term relationship while you're doing porn?
I don't really talk about my relationships just because I'm in this sex industry and
Yeah, of course.
I'm trying to remain a sex symbol. So
Yeah.
I try not to put too much out there of my relationship status.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sorry.
That's okay. Don't worry about that.
What is the difference between a porn shoot and an OnlyFans shoot?
Well, I think, are we talking like a pro shoot?
Yeah.
A pro porn set,
they're
like
usually-
browsers compared to like an
They're
OnlyFans. What's the difference?
scripted, You're gonna take pictures, and I mean, at least from the OnlyFans sets that I've been on, they're more intimate,
Yeah.
a little bit more relaxed. But a professional scene, there's more scripted stuff and certain positions they want to see. So it's less fun, in my opinion.
Yeah. Can you do a browser's face right now?
Oh.
Is that it?
That's it. It's basically the Home Alone face.
Oh, wait, other way.
It's basically the Home Alone face.
That's funny how they call it.
I credit the wrinkles on my forehead to my browsers, doing the browser's face for so many years.
What is like the most ridiculous script that you've had? I like the stuck scripts, but I mean I've never been in like professional porn, but stuck is my favorite.
I mean, I don't shoot as much as I used to, just because a lot of the scripts are really cheesy these days.
Yeah.
Like, they're doing shit where it's like foster family shit and
The step-
a lot
the-
of
the
stepdad
taboo, yeah.
stuff it's not really that hot to me, so I don't really do a lot of those.
Yeah.
scripts
What
anymore,
are
but
some
there was
funny?
a time I
You got to
would
dig
do-
back into the timeline. What's some like OG Johnny Castle, like mid 2000s? What's some crazy
Oh my
shit he was doing
God.
on porn
Hold
sets?
I don't even know if I remember that. Jeez, let me think about that. We might have to circle back to that.
Okay. Do you want to circle back?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. What do you think about people, like, I noticed this is really big in OnlyFans, but not as big in porn, but there are a lot of OnlyFans girls who need a drink to make any kind of content with people or get, like, blacked out.
Right.
And then there's kind of, like, a blurred line of, like, is this
How far-
consensual?
yeah.
They consented when they were sober, but it's like,
Right.
what is your view coming from, like, OG porn days?
Yeah, there have been a lot of girls that need a little something, even guys too, because it's a lot of pressure and you're having sex with someone that you're not familiar with, or I think that you should be doing it because you love it, and if you don't do it because you absolutely love it, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Do you support Andrew Tate?
Top G.
I don't know a whole lot. I only hear takes, so I don't really have that great of an opinion. There have been some things that he says that I don't typically agree with.
Yeah.
I think his delivery could be a little better. I find that doesn't help his situation, but I don't know. You see, I don't know how successful or not successful he is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what I know about the guy.
Do you
What about you?
Me? Oh god, I hate him.
Okay.
I hate him. I hate him so much.
Why do you hate him? Did he touch you in the no hole?
I've never met him. No, just the stuff he says. He's basically admitted a trafficking woman online, being like, I manipulate these women to love me, and then I don't pay them for their sex work, and like he doesn't let them leave the house, and he beats them and abuses them.
Yeah, then I don't support any of that narrative. So.
Yeah, but then men defend him, being like, that's fake. Like if these women love him, then it's not actual, but it's like there's a whole psychological abuse that happens for like that men just.
It's called Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Understood.
Do you think body count matters in women?
No. Experience is good.
Yeah, I honestly, okay. If I had fucked more men, because I haven't fucked a man in over a year, my dick sucking skills would be so much better than they are. Yeah. Experience would be good.
I agree.
Do you agree?
If you don't use it, you lose it. So you're probably starting back down to square one.
I really think I'm really nervous to fuck someone again because I'm like, I think I might be awful. I think I might just be really.
You might need to leave the camera off for that first time. Just get back on the horse, ride that one out.
If I'm still celibate in a year, then maybe I'll just bite the bullet. But I am still waiting because then it's like then I haven't had sex in all this time, and then if I have sex with someone, I'm so nervous, and then I'm not comfortable with anyone, and then also what if I get like obsessed with them afterwards because I'm like I haven't had any other dick in like a year and a half, and then they're like, ew, you're.
If you're still celibate a year from now, I'm gonna hire a gigolo to fuck you, and then you don't have to like catch feelings because it's a transaction. You know, he'll make you come, and then he's gone.
Is a gigolo like a prostitute?
It's like a male escort. Yeah.
Okay, they're hot sometimes, so and they probably would know how to fuck me because.
Yeah, they'll make you come and they'll get out.
If your body count was only the woman you have made come, what would it be? Would it still be pretty high?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think so.
Would you say like majority of women you've made come?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you know if they're well?
Absolutely.
How do you know if they're faking it? Because I hear from all these porn girls like, yeah, I fucking just peed, and I didn't actually come. So how do you know? What if they're just peeing on you? And
never thought about it like that, but I don't know. I feel like I have some good experience in the bedroom or with women, so I
don't you feel like you can
I'm
tell
pretty intuitive, yeah.
Because people like what I've learned being on a porn set is like I have a pretty good case study of females that I've had sex with in work and personal life, and like whore. Anyways, it's more than just like a girl can fake it verbally and like but I always say that there's physical cues like the toes curling or like she's grabbing you. There's so many different things she's contracting. Right. So like you can't fake a lot of that stuff that's like involuntary. Right. So girls can fake it like verbally, but there's like physical cues that I've seen. I'm sure you too. Like she's not faking it. There you can't fake some of those things.
Pretty intuitive.
Yeah.
But you never know. I mean, they could be faking it, but I tend to believe that they're not.
Yeah. As long as we believe it's real, that's all that matters.
I've heard how Damon Dice eats pussy. I've actually seen how he eats pussy. How do you eat pussy? And is it similar?
I don't know.
I'm gonna have to pull up the tape.
I don't know if it's similar.
What's your strategy? Just make her come.
I don't know if I go into it with a strategy, but I do enjoy doing it. So I feel like the more you enjoy something and the more practice you have at it, the better you'll be. So
yeah. What's a strategy for fingering girls? Because I've been trying to finger myself recently, and I like feel the ridge, but I'm like, how can I come from someone else fingering me? But like, am I angling it wrong?
I just think, well, I don't know that I mean, I know women's bodies are similar, but I feel like everyone's slightly different, so you just kind of have to feel it out. Yeah.
Right,
feel it out.
Yeah.
What's your advice?
Yeah,
for the fingering, the G spot? Because I've been working on that with myself. Because like I want to be able to make myself come, and then I really never need a man again.
Well, everyone's anatomy is different.
Okay, so there's the ridge. What do you do with the ridge?
You give it a little pressure. But you don't go like it's kind of like you're like giving a pirate hook. Mm-hmm. You don't go, and again, some girls like it deep in there. Mm-hmm. Some girls like a lot of pressure. Some girls like little pressure. Mm-hmm. I can't say in one girl in particular, but I'd say most. they like it like up and in. Like you're kind of like, it's like a come hither.
Like a little.
And then you can like, you can use your thumb too to kind of, windshield wipe the clitoris while you're there. So the thumb has some motion with it. So you're up and here. Mm-hmm. And then you got your whole other hand to like grab a tit or choke her or pull her hair. So it's like, you got to think about more than just the vagina. Mm-hmm. The vagina is just a part of it. You got to engage them here too. So you got to be like there with them. Yeah. Cause like if you're in, like that's like bonus down there. But if you're like connected with them and like you're doing other things, like that's just like, that's when it gets real.
What is the hardest thing about being in the industry for you?
Just the lead up to the scene, after you take the booking that morning or getting on set and the anticipation.
Just like the anxiety around it?
Yeah.
For me.
Stage fright?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you ever play sports growing up?
I did.
Did you have stage fright then too? Or just when you're naked?
Well, I mean, I've always had pressure from sports. It's competition, so that
like the butterflies you get.
Yeah. What was the other part of that question?
Oh, I was just asking if you have it like for both, or is it just when you're naked?
I mean, once I'm going and naked, I'm great, but it's that lead up to.
The lead up to, it's always like it's kind of like when you're riding a roller coaster, like the tick 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 tick. You're like, oh god, oh god.
At the same time, I hate it, but it's kind of a hot feeling too. It's like, fuck, here we go.
Yeah, I used to like, back when I would like Tinder fuck guys, I'd be like, oh my God, I have to get so drunk beforehand. And then I'd be like, all right, I'm ready to go. Well, that's kind of the same thing as like a lot of OnlyFans girls, because I could not just like fuck a random guy sober.
Got some juicy stuff.
That'd be crazy. Was that your guys' threesome? Or no? Who is that in the middle?
That's Phoenix.
That's Phoenix?
I got some gifts on my phone from when we had a little threesome with Phoenix.
Phoenix is, it was
that's hot. God, she's so good at multitasking.
Oh, she's the best. She's great.
Oh my God, that's hot.
We're asking my bros.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure to the few degrees.
Do you guys like having threesomes with two guys? Like, do you guys like it? Feels like a bro bonding moment, or would you rather just like threesome with two girls? Or
I mean,
you guys are bonded for life
I enjoy
now.
it. Yeah, that's my deal.
It's fun to like do that with your homies. It's better. Like I'd prefer to have a threesome with someone I know, and like a friend, than like a stranger. Because we have like that chemistry as friends. We've known each other so long. It's like
Have you guys
it's like the buddy system.
Dicks touch to go like double penetration?
I think we might have DP'd, but I don't think we've crossed swords.
I've heard of like I was talking to Adriana Cheshik. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
She's like, I've had like 2 dicks in my vagina. I'm like,
she's had 3 dicks in her vagina and her ass. She was underselling that one.
Oh my God. And then Alexis Tay had Dread's whole dick up her ass. His whole dick. Can you imagine? Like, okay.
I couldn't imagine. No.
Do you like fingers up your booty hole? Because I know he doesn't. No.
I like I like him to ring the doorbell, but don't come in.
I just want him to know that they're there. I don't want him to go in.
They can ring the doorbell, but do not enter.
Stay on the outside.
Do you ever have a libido burnout from doing porn or OnlyFans even?
Yeah, there was a time where I was working every day. You get burnt out a little bit.
Yeah.
Multiple scenes a day. I remember seeing this guy doing like, he's like, oh, I'm going to another scene. I'm like, what? You just bang 3 bitches, you're going to bang 2 more? God damn.
Is it true that there's only, I remember Ryan told me this, but he's the first guy I've ever heard this from, but it's like the first time you come is the only time that really is memorable and feels good throughout the day? Is that true? He's like, when you do multiple rounds, it's only the first one that like stands out or something like that.
For amateurs. That's the amateur answer.
I've better orgasms.
Sorry, Ryan. Not sorry.
Because I always like the second, third, fourth round's the best. The first round is always like, okay, if you come fast, that's fine. Let's just keep going. But Ryan was like, guys hate that. And I'm like, you're the first guy I've ever heard say that. That is wild to me. Because it's like, I never care about how long they last the first time. But it's like, let's just keep going. Well, that libido, jerk off every day, like build up to that moment of just going multiple rounds a day.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, multiple rounds is good. I don't see them losing. Like maybe like if you're going like 5, 6, like you're getting a little tired and it's like, all right. But I'd say the sweet spot's like the second, third time.
Dude, I once
dated an all-day romp.
I once dated a guy, and I've never heard this for any other guy before, but it's like no matter how wet a girl is, like his dick would kind of get like a rug burn after 2 rounds. and like no other guy that I've ever fucked had that happen. So it's like, have you guys heard about that?
The guy getting rug burn?
Yeah, it's like like the friction, even if it's
So
really
if a girl's freshly shaved and she has like the razor stubble and she's riding you, like that's most frequently why a guy would get like a rash or
like
done.
on his like tip. Like it would be like rug burn. Like if like after like 2 rounds, it would start to feel raw. He said.
She probably had like a rough vagina then.
No, that was me.
Oh, it was you.
No, I was wet. He literally said I was so wet, but that happens with every girl. He said.
Then he just has a weak dick.
Oh, is that it?
I guess, yeah. Like
That hasn't happened with any other guy before.
I haven't heard of like a tip. Like I've had sex with girls, they have a sponge in because if they're on their period, they'll have a sponge and that can rub.
Yeah.
But that's the only way I've my dick's gotten raw from like a sponge. But
Maybe he just has a sensitive
Yeah, how interesting.
skin or whatever.
Yeah. Let's talk about being a high value man. What does that mean to you, and do you consider yourself to be one?
High value?
Yeah.
I had to ask him that before. What does that mean?
So a high value male is a guy that is someone that's good looking. There's statistics behind it. So say on Tinder,
Okay.
80% of or 20% of males on Tinder actually get swiped right. So those are like in the category of like a good looking male, like 20%, 1 out of 5 guys technically. And then on the other side of it, because girls are always like girls that get interviewed or even in general, they want a guy that's over 6 foot, makes over 100K, and is a good looking dude. And it's very
all girls want that, or just
most girls, they at least want a guy that's tall. They want a guy that can support them financially, and they want a guy that looks good. Like it's just natural, but there's a very small percentage of guys that actually fit all that criteria. It's actually like 2%.
Right.
So like being a high value male is yeah. So it's like there's so many girls, and then like on top of that, you're gonna find a high value male that's like since you're a highly sought after male, they're not going to leave you and fuck you and cheat on you with other girls that are seeking the same thing. Gotcha. So being a high value male, someone that's like a good looking guy, does well in business, successful. So it's like a very small amount of the general population of males.
Got it.
So I guess the question is like, how do you see yourself being a high value male, and like, what are like the responsibilities that come with that as being a guy and being a good role model?
Well, I'd never thought of myself as a high value male before.
Good for you, because most men who say they're a high value man are weird and assholes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like to ask people that.
Right.
Yeah, they're like, they think they're high value because they can like control women or be like manipulative or like.
Yeah, I'm pretty not like that.
Yeah.
It's hard to be successful in this business and be like an asshole,
person,
a bad person. Yeah. We're givers for the most part.
I just know that I've always been a hard worker. Growing up, I kind of had tunnel vision. I just wanted to make money and be successful. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Do I wish I would have had maybe a little bit better of a balance? Sure, but where I'm at now, it's.
So how long you been shooting porn for? How many years?
Probably about 18 years.
18 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
But this last year, and even the year before, I've kind of definitely slowed down as far as pumping out scenes.
So less professional scenes. Are you doing more focus on OnlyFans, or just like just life and business?
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely less professional. I think I maybe only did about 20 scenes last year, professional, and I used to do 200 a year.
Oh my god! So 20 scenes is like what? One every.
It's a couple a month, like 2 months maybe.
Do 250, like.
Okay.
So I used to.
He's doing it for sport now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just don't shoot as many of them. I forgot.
How have you seen the industry change in the past 18 years? Like, what's the main difference that you see now than when you first got in?
I mean, the scripts are just a little.
They're crazier now.
What was the script like 18 years ago? Like, what was trending back then?
Wasn't,
were you doing the step
incestual,
stuff? No. Was it just like pizza boy type shit?
Yeah,
or like
yeah.
the mail delivery guy?
Yeah, definitely not where it's at now.
Yeah.
Imagine
where it's gonna be 18 years from now. Wow.
Have you seen the industry get healthier or like more supportive of their creators?
It's a hard business because I feel like, I don't want to say it pins people against each other, but you're on social media, you're seeing how all these other people are doing, and you look at them like, oh my God, they're doing so great. Why don't I have this? So I feel like it kind of pins people against each other in a way. Especially with everything online and just. the way
Yeah.
the world is.
Just like comparing yourself. What do people say about comparing yourself? It's like
Right.
there's a saying.
Why is this person working all the time? Why am I not?
Yeah.
Like,
Why are they so much prettier than me?
Yeah.
But do you think there's been more freedom as for performers to kind of create the career they want with like the advent of OnlyFans and more platforms where they can be independent and they don't have to rely on the studios?
I love that.
Like, what's your take on independent creators now as opposed to like a decade ago when we were shooting for studios?
I was a big proponent, or I still am, of OnlyFans and these platforms that give people their own freedom to do and choose to do what they want. So I mean, I feel like in our industry, at least for me, there were jobs that I took that I probably wouldn't now, just based on the ability with other platforms to do what you want.
Yeah.
So,
I'm sure there's been times where you've shown up to set and the script, you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
And you're already there. You got to follow through with it, or you're like that asshole.
You're on
Like,
set, you got all these people that are waiting for the same paycheck, and they don't get it unless you fulfill your job, and there's a lot of pressure. And then they don't always tell you exactly what's going on before the shoot. Now they do, but back
then they'll switch talent like the day of, or like switch the script. Like, wait, I'm doing what?
There's a lot of pressure when you're on set to like carry it out, because then they're not going to hire you again, or it's.
Have you ever had trouble coming on set where you're like, fuck, we gotta fake it with like a?
I don't know that I've ever had trouble coming. There's been times where I've had a lot of trouble staying hard.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest like boner killer for you on a set? Like in those situations, like what was it that kept you from performing at your fullest? Like what's the things that really, like, I guess it'd turn you off? Like what is it that a girl can do?
Back
Like,
in the day, it was the air conditioning, because you couldn't turn the air on when you're having sex. They would shut the air off.
Yep.
It'd be like 120 degrees in these rooms, and you're like,
For the sound.
yeah,
for the sound and yeah.
I don't know.
And a lot of
you're looking for, but that shit sucks.
for a lot of people, a lot of the porn is shot in the Valley in California, which gets really hot, and also Las Vegas. So it's like you're in the middle of summer in Vegas. It's 110 degrees out. The AC's off. Like,
Who even needs lube when you have her vagina sweating?
yeah, right. Overheating's a real thing. That's a big boner killer for sure. Once you lose your breath, like, it's gone.
But a lot of times it's just the environment around the scene that's even more critical to what goes on in the scene. Comfortable and vibing with the people you're working with.
Have you worked with, who's the cameraman who was like, Damon or Spencer, like made eye contact with me to try not to come?
Okay. So, one of my interview questions was, what if I feel like I have to come early during a shoot? What tricks, like, what can I do to keep myself from coming early?
Okay.
So my method is I'll make eye contact with the camera guy. If I feel like I'm going to come early, I look at the camera guy, I'm like, look at me, bro. Once I lock eyes with the guy, I'm like, the feeling's gone.
So let them know beforehand, hey, if I need to come, I'm going to.
It depends. Sometimes I'll just spring it on. Sometimes I'll just fuck with them, make them like, just look at me, bro.
Looking at you, know what's about
They're like looking in my soul. They're like, it's funny. I've made some camera guys uncomfortable, but it works.
Yeah.
Are there any tricks that you have that you've done to make yourself from coming?
I just pull out and take a second and kind of do other shit that
Think of my grandma. Think of my grandma.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of things like she said, grandma, or like taxes
I'm sure
maybe?
I don't know about it.
I feel like taxes be a boner
shit
killer.
I gotta do later, or something that's just gonna bring me down.
Yeah.
Fuck, I have to do that later.
Yeah, something that's not gonna fully make you go soft, but enough where you're not gonna come.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, because for men, I feel like you have to think about how not to come, and for women, I have to think about coming. Like, that's all I can think about when I need to come. And then if I'm thinking about like, oh, I can't wait to hang out with my dog later, or that's weird to think about while I'm trying to come. But but it's like it's so hard to come if you think about anything else.
And I feel like with guys in our industry, I'm speaking from my perspective, I'm sure maybe same with you. It's harder for us in certain situations when we are having a tough day to get things going, to get warmed up.
Yeah.
Like the coming part, I feel like is easier once you're there, once you're hard.
Yeah.
Like we can come most of the time. I'm speaking for like some of the top guys. But getting started sometimes that can be a little tough, depending on the temperature. If it's cold, if you're shooting in a house, same thing. If it's cold out, like that's real. It's cold. You got to warm it up, or like you're doing acting and stuff, and you got to kind of go from the acting mindset to like performing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the starting up sometimes I feel like is more so than not being able to come for a lot of the guys.
Sometimes I just wish I had a dick because like that would be just so nice to be able to come every day.
If you had a dick, what would you do in that 24 hours?
Oh God.
What would you, if you had a dick for a day, what would you do?
I would fuck. I mean, I already do. Like, I've eaten out a lot of my girlfriends, but now I'd fuck them.
You'd fuck them? Like,
Yeah.
would you, like, how many girls would you fuck? How many times would you come in one day, do you think, if you had a dick?
Well, I mean, with a vagina, I can come sometimes upwards of like 7 times in a day,
Okay.
but like usually about 3.
So you think if you had a dick 3 in a day, you'd be happy?
No, it would be a lot more. It'd be like 10.
Oh, you'd come 10 times in a day?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love that for you.
I would try.
Happy day.
I've always been jealous of men. Like, even like guys get to be in frats. Girls have sororities. You know how much that sucks? I'd much rather be in a frat than a sorority. Like, I just feel like men, other than, I mean, hey, girls on OnlyFans make a lot more than guys do. This is the first thing that I feel like girls have the upper edge on. But it's like everything else in life, I'm like, God, I just wish I had a dick.
Well, maybe we can make a wish foundation that. Deel's last day, she wants a dick.
I know. I've also always wanted to like pee in the snow and be able to aim. It's really hard with the vagina to do that. Yeah, a sword fight with my friends.
Peeing in the, and also like when you're drunk peeing outside,
Yeah.
that's the best thing ever because like you can just piss in the wind and it's like lean up against a tree or a wall. But,
Versus squatting and you accidentally pee on yourself.
yeah, women it's a little tougher. Guys, we can just let it fly.
Yeah. So there are like a lot of classes coming up for younger men about how to like be more of a value to society. And I think a lot of those classes are actually pretty manipulative to like younger men and groom them. So I'm wondering how you would teach younger men how to like be more confident within themselves. Like what would your advice be to them to like get more confident, get more in tune with themselves?
I mean, I feel like confidence comes from the practice of doing something over and over again. Like, I wasn't confident in sex until I did it a lot with multiple people. But to be confident within yourself, another thing I did to find confidence was work out, put myself through tough situations through my workouts, and I feel like the rest of the day and life comes at you a little easier.
Yeah.
So you feel like challenging yourself is a way to really make it.
Yeah, but as far as, I mean, you know, the mind is such a fragile thing. Women and men, we're all in our heads pretty much throughout the day. So it's tough to just teach someone how to gain it on their own.
And this man's a different breed though, because I've seen him before he comes to like a porn set for a shoot. He's played a full tennis match and worked out. He's coming in like already up 6 hours. Like, just I'm like, now you're about to shoot a porn scene? Right. And then you got another one after this?
Yeah. Have you like done therapy or gone to like life coaching or like worked on yourself a lot?
I have. I mean, I studied psychology in college and in grad school. So
what do you think is wrong with me? Give me a whole like psychoanalysis right now. I don't get my feelings hurt very easily, so you can go for it.
I don't know you well enough.
Okay.
But you seem awesome. But so I'm definitely fascinated with it. I have had some therapy sessions myself. I think it's a very, I mean, I feel like talking to a professional is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, as opposed to talking to all your friends about your problems. And,
they give you the worst fucking advice.
Right?
Like, my friends back in the day used to tell me I was crazy for just trying to express my feelings. Like, I'd be like, I'm just trying to tell this guy that, like, I would love it if he did this with me. They'd be like, no, you sound crazy. And now I'm like, that was just healthy communication.
Right.
So I think both men and women have a problem with putting a lot of their confidence into how they look, how much money they make, what their career is, what their social status is, what their following is. How do you like get past that? I mean, all of us have had multiple accounts deleted. Am I right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So does that kills like? Then you realize, fuck, was that all fake confidence that I just had?
I mean, I think the world we live in right now isn't catering to giving people confidence. So, you know, I have been around a little bit longer, so there wasn't always social media. So I just feel like ever since that's come into play, a lot of people are just on the wrong side.
So before social media, how were you getting booked for scenes? Like, how were you like seeing the girls that you were shooting with? And this
agencies,
even before like the internet too, you were shooting, right?
Before
So like,
the
how was
internet.
it?
How old? You look like you're in your 30s.
I'm 43.
Okay.
So 18 years ago, like there wasn't really.
There wasn't internet 18 years
There,
ago.
there was, but this was like dial-up, AOL, AOL. Beep, beep, beep,
I hated
beep,
that noise.
beep.
Fuck, it was awful.
So it was like, did you know the girls that you were shooting with, or is it like you just show up and it's, unless it was like a big porn star, you really didn't know, did you?
I
It
didn't
was just
know.
like, all right, the agent's like, you're gonna shoot with this girl.
It's a lot of trust.
Yeah,
A
damn,
lot of
that's
people
crazy.
that maybe shouldn't be trusted.
Yeah. All right. How do y'all get hard if like a girl just like is not your type at all? Like, how do y'all get hard? Dick pills?
That helps.
Yeah.
But they don't always work either, you know? It's
Yeah, that's not a guarantee. No,
no.
it's 90% mental.
Have you ever had a scene where you're like, I can't get hard, and you've had to like?
There wasn't any scenes that I've had to walk out on, but there's been some.
When this is gonna be over? So there's been those scenes where you're questioning your life, like
Yeah, dude.
why am I here? Like why am I doing this?
Yeah. For sure.
So I can answer that. So if I'm like not into the girl, or she's just a complete bitch, like she's doesn't want to be there. She's not having a good time. She doesn't want to be there. I just try to focus on something that I like. So say she has a bad attitude, but she has a nice ass, I'll just,
You'll ignore everything else.
I'll ignore everything else and just focus on things I like.
Yeah.
Or if she's like not the best looking girl to my standards, whatever, like
Yeah, me and him were going over his type yesterday, and I'm like, you don't think this girl's hot? It's okay, but same with me, because I like tall, skinny, deathly looking motherfuckers, and no one else thinks they're
yeah,
hot.
so it's like if she has
Yeah.
good personality, she wants to be there, and she's like enjoyable, and she's like enthusiastic. Like for me, like attitude and person, you can be a fucking 2, you can be a dump truck, but you want to be there, and you can suck a hell of a dick. Like let's go, I'm in. Count me in. So I would take the 2 with a great attitude over a 10 that is just like a bitch.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
How do you guys deal with maybe it's like a girl's first porn scene, or like if a girl's really, really nervous, how do y'all like help her through that? Or do you guys not? Do you guys just like bang it out?
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty good at assessing the situation or the temperament of the girl. So if I can tell that she's newer, I'm very social and
Yeah.
reassuring, and I feel like, I don't know. What about you?
For me, like if the girl's nervous, it's her first shoot, because I've shot a few girls, it's their first scene ever.
Yeah.
So I just like try to like talk to them and like calm them down. It's like I tell them I've been here before. Like I completely understand. Like you putting yourself in their shoes and them understand that you've been in the same situation. It helps like ease it.
If they're scared that they're gonna be bad, what like do you just
Well, so here that's the thing too. It's like as a male talent or male performer, we can take over the scene. So I can be like, you just enjoy, you lay back.
you can dead fish
You
it.
just get fucked, and I'll do the rest. You just let me, because we've done this so many times in a 30-minute shoot. Like we can navigate through the positions, get the girl in the right position so she looks good on camera.
Yeah.
So if a girl is like new and she doesn't really know the positions, I'll be like, just follow my lead. Like I'll take control. You just enjoy yourself.
Okay.
So that's what I do for new girls. Like I'll just
Yeah.
try to I'll be more assertive and like just follow my lead. And sometimes, they'll bring out their bag of tricks. Like I'll also be like, do what feels good to
Yeah.
you. Tell me what you like. So most importantly is communication. I feel like, if it's a new girl, she's never done that on camera before. I'm asking her like, what do you like? So you try to find things that they like and get them comfortable. And if they're comfortable, they'll open up and they'll be less shy and, open to having fun.
What are some misconceptions people have about porn stars? Oh yeah, what are the noises?
Good question.
What noise was that?
Brr.
Okay.
Is there the headphones down there?
I don't know where they are, but I'll press all of them, and one of them will be the one I was looking for.
Well, what are some of the misconceptions that are out there? I don't know if I
feel like that. I mean, in my opinion, that all porn stars are dirty. That like they're all.
I mean, I feel that's far from accurate.
Yeah,
based
like they
on-
get.
Why do
tested.
you say
based
that?
on-
Why is that false? That misconceptions. People think that porn stars are dirty. Why are we not? Why would you say we're not?
Because of our testing standards alone are pretty.
So how often in general does a porn star get tested? What's that frequency?
2 weeks. Yeah, it's we're on top of our shit. So I feel more comfortable having sex with someone in my industry than outside.
Yeah. Because, like, I mean, frat boys, I always go back to my University of Arizona days, but the men thought that if they didn't get tested, then they couldn't have an STD. You know?
That's the right approach.
pretty ignorant, but yeah.
There's no shame in having chlamydia, everyone. What are some other misconceptions? Because I feel like I hear all the time that, like, every sex worker is a whore. But it's like, first of all, why are we saying whore like it's a bad thing?
Right. That's a good word.
Yeah. I call myself a whore all the time, and I don't even have sex because I'm like, I want to be one of you guys.
Right.
I'm just not one of you guys right now, but I admire, like, Kazumi. Kazumi does gangbangs. She gets fucked like all day, every day. And it really, like, I think that's so fucking cool to be able to do that.
As long as she's happy.
Oh, she is. It's her favorite thing. Like, you fucked her.
I don't know if I know.
I fucked her, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. I watched it. I filmed it. I was taking notes.
Nice.
She was getting cucked.
I'm a cuck.
Okay.
I like to watch
She
people
wears
have
so
sex.
proudly.
The term cuck though, were they talking down to you? Is that cuck or is that a voyeur?
No, it was
No, I
just
think a
voyeur.
cuck
She
is
was a
what you're
voyeur. I'm just talking shit.
Okay.
So a voyeur, you're just
Not
like watching
talking
it.
shit
A
on
cuck
you.
is like you're sitting there like, oh, you wish that was you, huh? You get
Oh my god,
fucked.
that's why his mouth dropped yesterday when I was like, "Are you a cuck?"
Oh, to who?
Wait, what's his name? Who's the guy I interviewed yesterday with Brandy?
Oh, Mickey.
Yeah,
Mickey.
he was like, "What?"
A cuck is basically you're degrading them while like you're fucking their girl. Like, hey,
Oh, okay. So voyeur is when you're like you like
voyeur's
to watch.
watching. A cuck is a more derogatory term.
Okay, I want to be degraded. I can be called a cuck. But I was like watching, like, especially Cherie. I'm like, first of all, how is she so flexible? Have you worked with Cherie?
Cherie DeVille?
Yeah.
Oh, she's amazing.
The flexibility that, like, she like takes over a scene, and like she's just so good at what she does. But she's like, she told me that she has a performing kink. Like, she loves to perform. She loves to, like,
Yeah, Cherie is the goat.
yeah.
She's great.
She's a throat goat. She's a pussy goat. She's a fuck goat. Like, everything. She's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
What are your hobbies outside of being Johnny Castle?
I definitely love to work out. I play a lot of
Clearly.
tennis. I play a lot of tennis. I'm just active. I'm always trying to do something.
Do you like to hike? Do you like to travel?
Yeah, all that.
Where do you travel to?
I mean, lately the last couple places I've kind of been to Mexico, but
Oh yeah, we were in Tulum together a couple years
we
ago.
were in
Yeah,
Tulum.
for our friend's birthday.
That
Yeah.
was fun. I was in Belize after that. That was a great time. I've been all over the place.
With your, like, active lifestyle, are you a big partier, or do you prefer to stay sober?
I like to party. I mean, I don't party a lot, but when I go out, I go out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're crazy. This is like me this whole week. I've been drinking like 2 months, but
He's had some fun house. He's had some fun house parties. Some fun pool parties
yeah.
at the castle residence.
I never partied growing up, like, because I was just always focused on
Porn?
just making money and like trying to get ahead. So I was very strict about my outside activities. So I don't really think I
remember,
I don't think I took my foot off the gas till I was about 37.
Because I remember a few years ago, he's like, I've never been drunk before. Because we were talking about partying. He's like, and then
A few years ago?
Yeah, it was a few years ago. Yeah.
I mean, I've been drunk here and there, but I never
Like, really
I
partied.
still don't love to drink. If I drink, that's why it's just shots and we gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm not like a casual sipper.
Yeah.
Zero to 100 real quick.
Yeah. Let's get fucked up.
Let's get fucked up. I used to have like a hazing kink.
But lately I have a lot of close friends and family, so if I go out, you'll usually see me with my like sisters or my mom. Or
Yeah.
people that I really am close with.
Do you think it's important as a male porn star to have multiple streams of income that's not just through porn?
I have always believed that.
Yeah.
Never to put all your eggs in one basket.
For every profession?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
It's good to have a side hustle or, something that you're working towards.
Definitely. Well, do you have anything else you want to add?
No, this is great. You guys are awesome.
So you warmed up. See, it's about warming up, getting the hang of things.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate
Make
it.
sure to plug yourself, like your social media and stuff.
Oh, let me
Not
find
plug
my-
yourself with a fucking butt
your,
plug.
where's his camera right there?
Dude,
There,
I
that
should
one.
have my links. Hold on, let me find my link.
Do you have like a website?
I don't have a website. Should I give you my OnlyFans plug? Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Give us your Instagram.
Yes,
And OnlyFans.
Instagram. See, this is how bad I am with social media. So, what is my Instagram? The Real Johnny Castle. That is my IG.
I'm so sorry.
My Twitter is The Johnny Castle. And my OnlyFans.
Where can they find the freaky shit?
The freaky shit is at The Johnny Castle on OnlyFans. That's where you get all my hot shit.
You just know that you've been banned multiple times when you have different usernames for like everything.
Yeah, for sure.
You can find everything for me at itsdeelz.com.
You can find me on Instagram at Spencer Michael Barrick. On Twitter, I am the Damon Dice, and on the freaky shit, I am Damon Dice 8 on OnlyFans.
Woo!
We out. See ya.